This video is going to show you how to access Blackboard, and it will give you a good idea of the features that are in our Blackboard class and how to access your coursework for this first week and the rest of the year. Okay, so once you've logged in, you will see, you'll really want to go to this part over here, this My Classes. These other parts you really don't have much need for, but this is the most important one. So you're going to always go in and you're going to choose second grade, first semester. And you'll notice there's going to be some announcements, so it's always good to check the announcements. And typically you will open on the announcements page. So after this first week, a little bit about me, I'll move. Here's another getting started, getting to know Blackboard announcement, good to read. But after this week, I will move those to the bottom because you really only need to see those once. And the more important things, like what time your call is going to be every week, an updated list of science, and I'm actually going to add a math materials to this as well. And whose sharing time it is going to be. Every week a student will be appointed to share and be able to turn on their webcam and share whatever they would like that's school appropriate with us. So that's the announcement section. So that'll be a little reordered once we get past our first week. Down the side, these are called buttons. Okay, and these are how you access your class. So site tutorials, this is going to be a good place where after we've gone through our orientation to there's videos that talk about each piece of the curriculum. So if you get to a spelling assignment and you're like, oh, I forgot what I'm supposed to do, just come back and watch the spelling video. Or we're not going to start with Compass Learning Odyssey. So once we add that piece in, there'll be a video here and you can watch and see the finer points of it. If you're new to Branson, RAS kids should be the same for returning students, but if you're new to Branson, some good videos down here to watch. Discovery Education as well. This is a good one even for these videos are good for even parents who are returning Branson students, just because they highlight some ways to find extra resources for subjects that your kid might be want to dive deeper into. Interesting ways here to present material for projects. So those are good. But again, they're here for when you need them. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with them until you feel you're ready or you need them. Your GoToMeeting link is where you're going to access your class times. So when I say you have a call, I really mean you are going to talk to me on the computer. So you're going to come in and click this link, and you're going to either have your child use their computer microphone or dial in. And if they dial in, they just need to dial this number with the access code. My classmates, I sent you guys an email, and I will place photos with first names only of students under here, and only people in our class can access this. So please send me a photo because it's great to have a picture of everyone in there, and the kids can see the pictures of kids that are on their calls, and they can recognize each other at events that we go to. So it's a really important section, but I do need you to send me a photo. This is a place where you can check grades. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now in this section, this just says week 1 and 2 are all that are available right now. As this semester goes on and as the quarter goes on, I'm hoping by even the end of this week that you'll see week 3 up there as well. But you'll see eventually all the weeks that are in this semester up there. And I really hope to have no more than or no less than 3 weeks ahead at all times. So not there yet, but we are working towards that. Here, if you're a student struggling with some handwriting, there's some handwriting tips. We do Scholastic book orders. If you're interested in that, click there. It will show you how to order. We do orders online. Just email me after you make an order, and I'll take care of the rest. Field trip information is down here, some extra resources, and a copy of our student handbook here. The newest copy is not there yet, but it will be soon. I should get that soon. So let's go in and look at week 1. Okay, so our week 1, our weeks in second grade will always start with this first part is the printing section. So some of the things will be you'll need to print, and some of them will be optional. So like this one, spelling first semester. That is a list of all the spelling words for the whole semester. You don't need to print that, but if you're someone who likes to see those in list form, you are certainly welcome to take that out and print that. This will need to be printed. These two will need to be printed. personal journal, the kids are going to have an opportunity this year to keep all their journals in a notebook. So as long as I feel that the notebook has good lines and that the students are able to do their best handwriting and work in it, then they can use the notebook instead of these journal pages. But they are here to, if you need them, or if you just want to use them the first week and then kind of switch over, that's going to be fine. There will also always be, which is not there yet, a Word document that has a list of all the things that are in Blackboard. And that also, like right here, it says week 1 lesson schedule is optional to print. So that's not on there yet because changes are still being made. But when that is, it's usually a 3-page document that you can print out. And if you're somebody who likes to check things off, then you can write all over it. And then you kind of know when everything's checked off, you're done for the week. So that will be there by the time school starts. Every day there's a daily section. So these are things you need to do every day. You need to take attendance. Type your name in. Our attendance question this year is going to match up with your PE. PE requires 20 minutes of physical activity each school day, and that's Monday through Thursday. So on Mondays, you're going to always be logging for the day before, so you can log anything from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So in here, and I would love it if it was in sentence format and if the kids use correct grammar. If it's not, I'm not going to say anything, and maybe just they can start by putting dancing or jump roping for 10 minutes, then jogging for 4 minutes, and playing tag, whatever they did. So we will work to using in full sentences. If they don't do that from the beginning, then they'll hit submit. That'll be something they do every day. Daily geography will be a book that looks like this. They'll open it up, they'll go to week 1, they'll complete Monday through Thursday. Some students choose to do it all at one time, some do one little piece each day. That is personal choice. You can do that however you want. Same with language arts, the daily language practice. Your book, it actually is not going to look exactly like this. I think it's going to be blue, but it will say daily language practice on it. And it's also broken up into Monday through Thursday. And students, some kids like to do 1 a day, some like to do 2 and then 2, some like to do all 4 in one day. As long as they do their very best, it does not matter to me. The one thing they must do is they must correct it when they are all finished. And they need to use a colored pen or marker, and they write the correct answer over the answer that they have if it is incorrect. If they're all correct, put a star or a -0 or something so that I know that it is checked. You'll also find that there are sentences that need to be corrected in these assignments. They do not need to rewrite the entire sentence, and it will talk about that in this video, that they can make the changes in the sentence if they would like, as long as I can tell what they've done. All right, so here's the daily breakout of the other work. So every day there'll be a reminder of the things that we just went over. So that's kind of like your check. Oh yes, did I do my daily geography? Did I do my daily language? Did I take my attendance? Okay. Then you're going to go on into the other subjects. So math. Math should be slated for about an hour a day. So it is in your mindset and in the kids' mindset, they need to calibrate themselves for doing about an hour of math a day, doing about an hour, maybe a little more of reading a day. We only have a 4-day school week, so this is not a lot. So I know they may think it is, and they might have to work up to it, but that's going to be our standard. So if you're falling way short, it's too easy, or if you're going way over, it's too difficult for whatever reason, please let me know, even in maybe give it a day, but even this week. So you're going to go ahead and grab your Math Volume 1 workbook, and you're just going to work through what it says. We're going to work into some systems. This is a new math series for us, so we might be playing with the way we do these the first couple chapters. So if you have any feedback of, I don't like the way the assignments are written, or it might be easier if it looked like this, or whatever, I'm open to that, because we are really just, I'm going to try to use my best opinion of what I think is going to work best, but it may not translate that way. So go ahead and make sure that if you have any feedback, positive or negative, I'm really open to that, well, for anything, but especially with this math right now, as we're going to kind of flex the way we do things the first couple weeks. So, but I know everybody's going to need to have a vocabulary envelope to keep their vocabulary cards in. Vocabulary is going to be very important this year. Making sure that kids understand math terms, that they can use them in sentences, that they can just use them in their daily math, in speaking of math. Those are going to be some of our goals. So we're going to want to make sure they really understand these concepts. And part of that is going to be the math manipulatives, which are the things in math that they can move around and see and touch. And I know I sent an email about that already. So it's important that you as a family decide if you're going to purchase some math manipulatives or if you're going to make your own. But the kids will definitely need them whichever way. And as we go out through the year, we'll add some more, like there are some great demonstration clocks, and we can make those. We've done that very successfully. The kids will probably need fraction tiles at one point, but I also have a very easy homemade one for that. So a lot of the materials are available homemade, and they will work just as well. So don't worry about that. So extra math is also something we will do. Extra math is a program that it tells them when the session is complete. So when they're going through, it will actually say, sometimes it might be 5 minutes, sometimes it might be 6, sometimes it might be 3. It just really depends on the answers the kids are giving. So it's really important that they really think and give their best to it, and it should be about 5 or 6 minutes, but it will tell you when your session is complete. And if you have any questions with knowing when that is, let me know. Reading, you're going to go into your Connect Ed site. You are going to log in with your login. Okay, once you've used your student login, your Connect Ed account will open up, and we are going to access reading as well as science in Connect Ed this year. So we'll be using the same websites. You're mainly going to concern yourself with the to-do section. So you're going to go on in for reading, especially. You're going to click to do again, and then it's kind of annoying because you have to go from the bottom up. So I try not to keep too many assignments in here so that you don't have to scroll. But week 1, Monday, is what is going to be the first day of school. So you're going to click on that, and then you will see all these pieces are pieces you will need to access for your week. And most of you have done Connect Ed before. The rest of you, we will cover this more in our new parent training. Oops, that's not what we need. So look, it says see Blackboard for assignment details. So you're going to open and go to the Unit 1, Week 1 Key Vocabulary or Vocabulary Practice. You don't need to do both. So you'll see here's the Unit 1 Vocabulary, and here's Vocabulary Practice. So these are words that the kids need to know for the week, and they need to know the meaning as well as be able to recognize them when they're reading them. And so you can choose whichever one you would like to do. The vocabulary words are also in the beginning of every story. So if you kind of want to look at what the vocabulary words are before you start to see if it's going to be better for you to do the learning piece or if it's easier to do the practice piece, these are the vocabulary words for the first week. So they don't need to know how to spell them. They just need to know what they mean, and when they come across them in reading, be able to read them. So that's an easy place where you can look at them as well. They need to do their Your Turn workbook and complete page 1. They need to read through the Little Flap Learns to Fly. You can read this you guys can read this together. I don't want parents reading it to the students, except for maybe very small portions and only in the beginning, unless your curriculum states that parents need to be more active in the reading process. So if it doesn't state that, then I'd like the kids to really kind of take the lead on that. And then there are making connection questions that are part of on page 27, and you can easily just change the page number down here to go quickly to that page without having to scroll through. And these are questions that the kids should answer orally. And these are really important because we are trying to get the kids to think and make connections. And it's easy to read a story, oh, cute little birds, and then forget about it. But it's just great to take just 1 or 2 minutes to sit back and reflect on these questions and how it relates to them in their lives. All right. Spelling is covered in the spelling video, so you can watch the spelling video if you're not familiar with Spelling City on how to do that. Science, we will, if you do not have the science book, then I will have the ConnectEd link right here as well, and you will go into your ConnectEd account, and to get back, you will just click ConnectEd up here at the top, and then it will take you back into this. And so this one also, if you just click on the book, it will open to, hopefully we'll open the book here. Takes a second to load. And so you will be able to pick your page view. You'll be able to scroll forward to whatever pages that you need. And again, if it says in Blackboard to go into ConnectEd, then I'll have the pages all ready for you. So you'll go to pages 4 or 5. You're going to go over these words. Then you're going to, science will be a mix of offline, online, your workbook, other movies, and experiments. You're going to have a science copybook. In your copybook, you're going to copy neatly, so you're going to start in the beginning. So at the end of the year, hopefully we'll have a compilation of all the things that we've learned written out in the kids' handwriting in basic, simple sentences so that they can use that as a review. So they're going to write, scientists study the world around us in science I want to learn about, and then they're going to fill that in. As a choice, kids can choose to go further and complete the Explore activity. It's optional this time. Sometimes they're not, sometimes they are. If they do, here is the materials needed. PE, you're going to print the Shape Up Colorado chart, and they can just color in the dots as they go along. And that will be PE, and we may actually switch to only using the information from our attendance question and not doing that. I haven't quite decided that yet. And so Tuesday, start over again. Make sure you have your daily work. Go ahead, the math, if you need special materials besides your books, they'll be listed, and I'll list that in the announcement section as well so that you are ready. So right away, we're going to need counters of 2 different colors, 15 of them, and we're going to need base 10 blocks. So hopefully you'll either have purchased them by that point or you'll have some made. And if you make them, you'll want to keep them in a folder because you're going to need them over and over again throughout the year. And if you have any questions about those, please call me. And again, we're still working out how to exactly assign the math and get it all down. So open to your feedback. Here are the pages they need to complete. Page 10 it's kind of a show what you know. So we're kind of trying to assess, do the kids already have the skill, the foundational skills they need to go on in this math unit? And so if you help them or answer a bunch of questions, then that's not going to give us accurate information. So I will usually probably ask for these pages. I'll probably ask for this page on Tuesday to be sent to me so I can see. Otherwise, just follow the instructions with the pages. There are lots of games in this program, so we'll be doing lots of games. So they'll play their game, they'll go into their ConnectEd, they'll click to do, they'll go to week 1 Tuesday for this one, they'll access their activities, they'll complete their workbook pages, they'll answer more questions orally. A great way to do this is to either read the story ahead of time or listen to them as they read it out loud. That way you can assess whether they're really getting the gist of the questions. Log into spelling, science. Wednesday, same thing. Do your daily work. Start with math. We're getting into some vocabulary. Go into your ConnectEd. There'll be all the pages attached that you'll need to complete this except for your workbook pages. Spelling, writing. We will talk more about this, but writing, it's very important that students be as close to 100% independently writing as they can. Writing is probably the biggest source of struggle for students that are working at home, both with ideas and with just the physicality of it, getting that writing muscle built up so that they have the just the mental, the emotional, and the physical confidence that it takes to complete a writing assignment. So the more they complete that on their own, the more confidence they're going to get. And that way I know exactly where they are independently, and I can encourage them from that point, and I can encourage you from that point. And then we can see real growth that way. I also encourage you, when they're finished with the writing assignment, to go ahead, if you want to debrief with them and go over it and change some of the spellings, or add some things, just do it in a pen and do it above their writing, so that I can see what they've accomplished completely on their own, and then what you have helped them with modeling. And those are all wonderful things, because if you don't do it, then I'll do it with them, and then I'll see what you have done, and then I'll know where to pick up in that modeling and encouragement process. And we will be constantly looking at writing growth as we go from week to week. And I meet with the kids individually. That's one thing that we'll talk about a lot, are their strengths and their weaknesses and challenges that they've overcome in the regards to writing. So just do not feel any stress that you need to turn in perfect writing, or that you need to overly help them. Just kind of, my rule of thumb is, if they have an assignment like this where they need 4 sentences about a single topic, ask them maybe what they're going to write about. Once they have a topic, send them away for 10 or 15 minutes, and after that amount of time they should be able to accomplish the task. Have them come back, look what they've done. So it shouldn't be an all drawn out hour-long event. It should be about 15 minutes, them giving it their full attention, and let's see what they come up with. And if it's taking longer than that, you're going to need to note that on the paper, because that's an area we're going to need to work on. There will be some videos in Discovery Education. When you do these kind of assignments, you just need to click on them. Then you just type in your name, and it just has to be like your first name and maybe your last initial, or your first and your last name. Then you click login, and should hopefully log us in here. The activities are in blue. So if you click this and you click this, these are short video segments. When you are finished watching both of these, you click complete assignment. It will email me to let me know that you are finished. Then when you see this icon, it's something they need to do in their notebook. So they'll do that. This is from the print section up top. And then Thursday, it's the end of our week. Thursdays tend to be lighter days for us. So it's going to be a really light day for math this week. We're going to kind of take a break and, take a breath and congratulate ourselves that we made it through the first week. And they're just going to do some extra math, do their daily activities. Reading, they're going to take an online assessment. Spelling, they're going to take an assessment. Science, there is an activity for them to work on, and that's something for them to write in their journal. And ideally, this is what their project should come out like. So maybe don't show them that until the end. So this was just a quick overview of what second grade is going to look like, and things will change from time to time. This is a living and active curriculum, so I make changes to it quite often. So this may not look completely like what your finished product is by the time you're looking at this, but it will be very close. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me, contact me. We'll be going over all of this again next week. If you have questions you have right now, feel free to email them to me, and I will go ahead and get them answered. So I'm looking forward to a great year. I'm always open to parent feedback. You are the eyes and the ears, and because I'm not in your home. So anything you notice that you think might be helpful for me to know in planning instruction, I am open to hearing that at any time. So I hope you guys are having a great day. We're going to have a great school year, and I look forward to getting started.